So over my journey, I've been researching health and wellness and how to heal my body. I was like the typical American. Something was wrong with me. I went to the doctor and they gave me the next prescription to help me. And that was not working for me. My mom, Erin, who is an RN, and she's also on this call, and we'll hear a little bit from her, she urged me not to take those medications as it would only cause more problems and side effects in my body. So I was introduced to Plexus about 14 months ago, and it changed my life. So that's what brings me here this evening to see and talk to all of you. I'm here to tell you that by addressing just a few key areas of your health, you can wake up energized, feel 18 for the rest of your life, and live a healthy, happy life. So the three areas of your health that most disease stems from, honestly, is blood sugar, gut health, and inflammation. So blood sugar. Everyone knows, I probably know, about 50 type 2 diabetics just myself, right? Why is that on the rise? It's about our American lifestyle. Sugar is in everything. Processed foods are detrimental to our health, and unfortunately, that's what we're taught to eat. We all have blood sugar spikes. For me personally, I was not a type 2 diabetic. I didn't have problems with my blood sugar. However, I was crashing every day. I was running to Starbucks. I was going to get those 5-hour energies, and I just did not have the energy to go about my day. So I was, in fact, having blood sugar issues. That has a lot to do with our food and insulin sensitivity. So blood sugar is number one. Number two is gut health. I love the term gut health. I can't wait until it's a common word and everybody knows what it means. I actually had no idea what gut health was. So when someone says, have you addressed your gut health? That means, have you paid attention to your microbiome? Have you been taking probiotics? Have you been thinking about the things you're putting in our body? Because as we eat the American diet, even organic whole foods, which was exactly what my diet consisted of up to the years that I found Plexus, and I'm still struggling, our soil's not the same. There's chemicals on our food. There's toxins in the air, the things we put on our skin. All of those things make their way into our body and ultimately to our gut. So gut health is so important and probably the key ingredient to overall health, because that's where 80% of our immune system lives. So we all know what your immune system is for. It's meant to fight off all those bad guys that try to make it into our body and hurt us, right? Well, unfortunately, if your immune system is having to fight off this cold and that ache and that pain and do all of this, it gets overworked, and then it can't do everything it needs to do for your body. So that's what happens when our health starts declining. And then thirdly is inflammation. So I mean silent inflammation, not acute inflammation. So the difference would be if you sprain your wrist, that would be acute inflammation. You see automatic swelling. Silent systemic inflammation is when your immune system has been overworked and your body is experiencing inflammation on the inside. So systemic means full body. So there's about 180 illnesses at least that have been linked back to systemic inflammation in the body. So, for example, we have some people on this call, and I would love to have them share a little bit of their story. They say fibromyalgia is probably one of the most overdiagnosed diseases in the American population. But unfortunately, that can be addressed by addressing your blood sugar, your gut health, and your inflammation. They call it one of those wonky modern diseases where they test you for everything and they can't find what's wrong with you. So they diagnose you with fibromyalgia. So by addressing those three things, you will be amazed at what your body can do. Plexus does not claim to cure, treat, prevent any disease. However, when you address those three root causes, your immune system has the ability to heal your body itself. So that's the big picture with Plexus. And when you're seeing all these people, say, I don't have this skin disorder anymore, or my tendinitis is gone, or I'm off my anxiety medications, that's because they've addressed those root causes with Plexus. So you all feel free to stop me. You can raise your hand or unmute yourself if you want to ask a question, or write it down, and I'll take some questions at the end. I'm just going to jump on in this so we can let everybody get back to their lives. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the Plexus Slim, if you all can't see me, but for those of you that can, this is our flagship product. I'm going to be very honest. I hate that it's called Slim because I think it implies one thing, and that's weight loss, and that is not what Plexus is about. This is for your blood sugar. So if you know someone struggling with their blood sugar, you're going to want to talk to them about this. Chromium is the main ingredient, which helps with their blood sugar, but also helps reduce stress. And I know a lot of people that struggle with stress. I'm one of them. So the Slim does a lot of things. It helps detox the kidneys, the liver. It helps with inflammation. Beetroot is one of the main ingredients, and that's what gives it its beautiful pink color. No artificial dyes or sweeteners here. That's what gives it its beautiful pink color. And that helps with inflammation. And beetroot is amazing for your gut. So this is where it all starts, with this beautiful little pink drink. So when you see everybody talking about it, that's the main product. I love that my husband says he could tell instantly his sweet cravings were gone when he started taking that. And then the next two products I like to hit on that make up the famous triplex combo. The first one is called BioCleanse. So BioCleanse, don't be scared of that word cleanse. I promise you, you're not going to be running to the bathroom. It's a mild cleanse that we take daily. It's a magnesium supplement. And in fact, everyone should be on a magnesium supplement because, as I stated before, our food is just not as nutrient dense as it used to be. So magnesium is very important for overall health. If someone has headaches, the number one thing that they're probably deficient in is magnesium. So talk to them about that before you offer them that Excedrin or Advil. Talk to them, offer them your BioCleanse, their magnesium. It's wonderful. It also helps with muscle cramps. It helps, it actually helps me sleep and relaxes me. I love it. So this does get things moving. It also helps stop things from moving. And you're probably wondering, how does that happen? It's about getting your gut balanced. So I know people that were going to the restroom a little too often, and this helped them not go as often. I know people that weren't going at all. We all know those people. They're probably prescribed to Miralax. You know, I had two roommates in college that they always had a bottle in their room, and I was thinking to myself, that has to be awful. Well, this is going to change their life, give them energy, oxygenate their body, which I really want to emphasize, and why I made my husband start on the BioCleanse is his father was battling colon cancer in the past 5 years. And I did a lot of research on these products and the importance of oxygenating the body. So disease and cancer really struggles to grow in oxygenated areas. So this was a number one. Everyone in America should be on this product, in my opinion. They all are not created equal. I used to take a magnesium supplement that my chiropractor suggested to me, and I felt no benefit whatsoever. So the sister product to our BioCleanse is ProBio 5. Oh my gosh, hands down, my favorite product ever. This changed my life next to the Slim. They're both wonderful, but probiotics. So everybody's starting to hear about probiotics. I think we all can agree that when we watched the Super Bowl this year and every other commercial was about your bathroom habits and this illness and that pain, that there's some major health declining in our country. I think we can agree. So we're all here and we're going to change a lot of lives after this night. I believe it in my heart. Probiotics, everybody should be on them. My daughter's 3.5 and she takes one ProBio 5 every single day as suggested by her pediatrician, which I took to her pediatrician because my daughter had eczema just like I did. She's actually the reason I got it when I was pregnant. I had broke out an eczema all over my hands, and my doctor said, well, your daughter's probably going to have eczema. And I said, well, that's great. There was nothing they could do for me. It was topical ointment after topical ointment. And I'm here to tell you, I believe in my heart, after all the research that I've done, it's this guy right here that changed it. I'm going to tell you why. Our probiotic, not only does it have all of the beneficial strains of bacteria that you want, it also has your digestive enzymes. So if you ever go to the market and you look and you see a probiotic and then you see the digestive enzymes next to it, it's because the probiotic doesn't carry it. But the main ingredient in here that I think is responsible for changing my life is an antifungal. That's huge. Antifungal. You're probably thinking, gross, why do I need an antifungal? I don't have fungus. Well, in fact, we all have a little bit of fungus. It's called Candida yeast, and it lives in our colon. It's a really great thing. It's actually meant to decompose our bodies when we pass. It's wonderful. Unfortunately, the American diet and lifestyle feeds that candida, that yeast, and it just takes over our body. So think about this. This yeast that's meant to decompose our bodies when we pass is just spreading throughout our body and primarily in our gut, right? From our colon. When I refer to the gut, I mean from the top of your stomach all the way down to your colon. That's probably 30 feet of intestines at least, and everything in between. So it's so, so important. Sugar cravings, chronic fatigue, let's see, when you doze off or you kind of just lose your train of thought, that's a big sign that there's some yeast problems going on inside the body. So this has an antifungal. It's going to go in there and get that yeast under control. Amazing stuff. It also has grapeseed extract. Do some research on grapeseed extract. It's amazing. It's been shown to kill cancer cells in clinical studies. I love it. It's all in this little guy right here, this $25 probiotic. There's no need to go spend $100 on a probiotic that's refrigerated and 50 billion CFU. I'm going to tell you guys that that is not what makes a probiotic beneficial to your body. This probiotic is freeze dried, which means it doesn't need to have 80 billion live cultures because you're going to benefit from all of those is what that means. It doesn't activate until it gets to where it needs to, which is in your gut, versus the other ones where if they're refrigerated, if they hit a warm temperature, they automatically activate and die. So having a refrigerated probiotic is not always best. And these are all things I've learned and what makes a good probiotic. So those are my top 3 favorite products. I started on those 3 14 months ago, in addition to the X Factor vitamin, which is also one of my top faves. I've learned a lot about this. I'll just hit on it quickly. X Factor vitamin, everybody in America knows they probably take a multivitamin, a 1 a day, something like that, or a Centrum. And I have learned through my research that our body does not actually break those down. They just kind of pass through like everything else. So we're literally flushing our money down the toilet. So this one, you're going to absorb it, not just because it's a capsule, but because it has aloe vera. So we all know the importance of aloe vera and what it does for our skin topically and how amazing it is. But think about what it can do for the inside of your body. It's absolutely amazing. It does help with weight loss. It does help get things moving if you're not going to the bathroom. It's wonderful. The B vitamins in here are substantially important. So if you know someone struggling with a blood clotting disorder called MTHFR, please tell them about this vitamin. Absolutely. It has natural folate, which is another misconception that folic acid is what women should be taking when they're pregnant. But in fact, folic acid is synthetic and it's dangerous in high amounts. So people with MTHFR, they're told to increase their folic acid during pregnancy, which a lot of men don't even know they have that blood clotting disorder. Women typically find out when they get blood tested when they're pregnant. So they're told to increase that folic acid supply during their pregnancy, but immediately stop as soon as they have that baby. And the reason is because it is not good for our health in high doses. So you're going to want to tell everybody you know to dump that multivitamin that has folic acid because it's synthetic and they're not even absorbing it. I love this vitamin. My daughter also takes this, and she takes one more as well. It's called Mega X. It's our full-based omega supplement. So everyone takes a fish oil probably. Well, this guy right here has all of your omegas, 3, 6, 9, 5, and 7 in the right ratios, which is wonderful. It's a vegan capsule and they're little tiny guys. I don't know if you guys can see this, but you know those fish oils, they're huge. I mean, look at this. It's like tiny little guy. Those fish oils are huge and you only get 1 omega. So look at everything that's packed into this guy. It's amazing. I love it. My daughter also takes that product as well. These 5 products I take every single day. I never miss a day. I recently have added in our recent one. It's called Edge. It is going to take down the energy drink market by storm. I promise you guys. This is $1 a day. Energy drinks, and I know because I used to live off them, are like $3.50 a day minimum. And most people often have 2 to 3 because they're having dips throughout the day. So you're going to want to have all those energy drinkers say, take my challenge, 60-day money-back guarantee. You really can't beat it. So those are the products that I'm most passionate about. I love. We do have a natural pain relief line because Plexus is all about natural, but Plexus was really started for diabetics because the CDC projects by the year 2026 that 7 out of 10 people will be diabetic, which is tragic and scary. And I don't want anyone that I love to be one of those statistics. So a lot of diabetics tend to suffer from pain and suffer from nerve damage. So Plexus came up with a natural product called Nerve Support that actually helps regenerate nerve growth. I've seen amazing testimonies with these products. My sister has included. Her chronic back pain has it's been a blessing what it's done for her. And the heartfelt email she sent me in tears because she could actually sit down and wear high heels again. It's been amazing. So I'm very passionate about these products if you can't tell, but that's because I've seen them work for people around me and I've changed my friends' lives and it's just been such a blessing. But why I'm really passionate is because the research that backs up these ingredients. That's why I'm so confident to share what we have. I've always been into natural, obviously, but this book right here, if you can see, this is a natural medicine encyclopedia. Okay. This is like my Bible. So when someone calls me and they're struggling with something, or they say, I'm lactose intolerant, or I'm having headaches or migraines, I'm going to refer to this, and I'm going to find out what's the root cause of that. And then what do they need? What supplementation do they need to help with that? That's how we are healing the bodies. Let's find out what is the root problem and what can help them. I'm really against prescriptions unless it's an absolute last resort, because I was on prescriptions and I took a turn for the worse on them, and I just had more side effects. So I think our country is headed towards a way of natural medicine, although we have to go and seek it out ourselves. I know we have some nurses on the call, and they can tell you that doctors and medical physicians are not trained or even allowed to talk about natural remedies, which is why holistic doctors, they have their private practice, because they are legally not allowed for insurance purposes to talk about natural medicines. I mean, my friend who's a doctor, and she loves the products, she believes in them, she takes the products. She is legally not allowed to talk and to suggest magnesium, a mineral, for a patient that has chronic headaches. And this breaks my heart, you guys, which is why I'm on such a mission to share with what I've learned and what's changed my friends and my family's lives and their health. So if you are sitting here thinking in your brain, I know a few people that could really benefit from this, and so-and-so is struggling with low energy or diabetes or an autoimmune disorder, share this with them. Get this information in their hands, because it could be the answer that they've been praying for. The testimonies that I've witnessed from friends and people that I haven't met, but just through sharing Plexus with them through social media, it's blown me away, and I cry tears of joy pretty often because of it, though. So I love it. It's changed my life. Can we hear Erin? Are you on there? Okay. Well, I don't think she's on there right now, but I want her to share a little bit about what Plexus has done for her. Oh, she's in the car. Oh, okay. Erin, do you want to share about 1 minute about what Plexus has done for you?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Am I talking too loud? No. Okay. Okay. I have always believed that our bodies were developed to be made healthy and enriched by natural plants that was put on this earth. But lifestyles led us to another avenue. I have always been healthy. I'll be 59 in a month. And 5 years ago, I started eating clean and organic as possible, but I still developed some issues about 2 years ago. I started having insomnia, anxiety, depression. Sweet cravings took over, and joint pain. So I was taking 3 Aleve a day, putting ice on my joints. And for the first time in my life, I called my doctor in tears and said, I need an antidepressant, which I always thought was a weakness. Anyway, I was introduced to Plexus. I found out that it was natural, and I was all for it. And it is priced for the masses. So within a week, my sweet cravings were gone. Within a month, I was off of my antidepressant. And within a week or two, my joint pain subsided. I started sleeping better within 3 weeks. And I started sharing. I made my husband take them. He has psoriasis and psoriatic arthritis and cholesterol. Psoriasis is like eczema. It's a gut issue. That he had been on let me see, Lyrica. That's a nasty drug now, right there. And topical creams. We had our blood work done, and his cholesterol is lower than mine now. So I'm just thrilled the way it's helped my daughters, my family, and my friends, and everyone deserves to have the best quality of life every day. Every day.
I absolutely agree with you. And I can attest to that. That is my mother. Her mood has changed so much since she started Plexus. I don't even want to cry, but just to think, okay, and a little bit about that. I shared with my friend, she had IBS symptoms really bad. She started on the products, and, she's actively sharing because it's changed her life in a lot of ways. And she brought her daughter to an opportunity meeting one time, and this girl's 7 years old, and she stood up and she said, you know what, my mommy, she's so much nicer when she comes home. She doesn't sit on the couch and get a Rice Krispie treat. She plays with me. We cook dinner together. A 7-year-old girl noticed a difference in her mom's behavior and her mom's mood. And because of that, that little girl's life is so much fuller. And I was like a big baby crying right there, because I was thinking, like, what if I had never have shared this with Lindsay? Her daughter would not be here saying these words right now. Her daughter may be sitting there feeling like her quality of life wasn't as good, or she didn't feel as good when her mom came home. That's the big picture with what we do as Plexus ambassadors, is we share things that are changing people's lives. I love to do that. That's probably the biggest gift in this entire business, which, by the way, I did not want. I had no idea what network marketing was when I started, but the products changed my life and I couldn't help but share them. So if you're thinking to yourself, I need this for myself, which is what happened to me. I struggled briefly. My husband and I both were addicted to sugar. As a personal trainer, being addicted to sugar, encouraging your clients and coaching them to eat clean and work out, myself being addicted to sugar, not having energy to have good workouts while still eating clean. I mean, I was living off Splenda in my coffee, which is horrible for you. I also had tendonitis. I was going to a chiropractor for plantar fasciitis. When I get out of bed, I could hardly stand. And I was also on medications for insomnia and depression. Really, after I had my daughter, my body was never the same. And my husband just kept saying, just keep eating clean, keep working out, it'll go away. And I did that for 2 years, and nothing changed in my life. And finally, I listened to my mom. We never listen to our moms. We always think they don't know what they're talking about. But I did listen to my mom finally 6 months after, and it changed my life. So I started as a Plexus ambassador only to get the best price. I knew I needed to try the products and I needed to save the most money. So if you're thinking that you might want to try these products for yourself, there's a few ways that you can buy them. The first option is retail. It's a 30-day supply. You have a 60-day money-back guarantee, although it is the most expensive option. Your second option is a preferred customer, where you get it sent to you monthly, which I love because you can stay consistent on your products. You get a 10% discount and on your 4th month, and you also have a 60-day money-back guarantee. So if having that is important to you, then take advantage of the savings and try preferred customer. If you're thinking, I want to try the products, I know I really need to give the products time to work, and you want to save the most money, then you could do what I did, which was wholesale ambassador. Don't let that word scare you, ambassador. That doesn't mean you have to sell products. That doesn't mean you have to have inventory. Plexus is not like other multi-level marketing companies. And I loved that. I paid a one-time yearly fee of $35. So, I spend more on a pair of shoes once a week probably for that. So like a Sam's Club membership, when I could get all my products at a 25% discount, which was awesome to me. I knew I wasn't locked into anything, which was really important. I committed to try at least 3 to 4 months because I knew this was kind of years of buildup and toxins in my body. And I knew I wasn't going to get a cure in 30 days. So I wanted to give my body time. So I chose to save the most money and go for ambassador. As an ambassador or wholesale customer, I like to call some people, I have a lot of those, you get a website that your friends and family can order from, and any of those 3 options. You get a shipping department, you get a customer service department. You also get, I don't know if you can see this, a really amazing success kit. This is like, I don't know if any of you have these success kits that are on here right now, but tell me how amazing those are. You could just raise your hand if you want to, but I read that all the time. It's changed my business. It told me how to do this business and why, and how to do Plexus in particularly. But I love the options to get Plexus. If a lot of people do go the ambassador route that are like me and they just try it and it changes their life and then they say, I have to tell people. I had an accidental business. I've never heard of the term residual income in my entire life. I've heard of linear income, which means I was trading my time for money, which is what my husband still does, unfortunately, and he is also an active ambassador and headed out of that direction. But I know so many people that are struggling with their health, but also lie awake at night struggling with their finances. probably more people lay in bed at night worried about how they're going to pay for their children's tuition, how they're going to pay those bills, than they are about how to lose 5 pounds. So I offer the opportunity to people. If you're one of those people and you have a passion for helping other people, then Plexus would be your calling. We can make paychecks from working in pajamas and yoga pants and from an iPad. It's crazy. We actually have the opportunity to make more than a brain surgeon from our iPad. So I don't know who doesn't want to do that. You can travel, you can make your own schedule, you can make amazing new friends, but most of all, you can have an impact on someone else's life. We've changed thousands of lives by sharing these products with them, hundreds more by sharing the business opportunity with them and helping them bring another income into their home. For one, I'm one of those. I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. That just was not going to happen. My husband, we own 2 businesses, and just because you own your own business does not mean that it's easy or that you are financially set by any means. And when I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, I was a little worried about how I was going to make an income. And when my husband saw how much money I really cost to be a lady, he was a little concerned himself. So Plexus was a blessing to me. If you know someone wanting to stay home with their babies, or a man that doesn't want to go and work a second job or would also like to be home with his babies and his family, offer this opportunity to them. It could be the blessing they've been waiting for. Plexus is on the ground floor. Under 1 million ambassadors is ground floor. We have about just a little over 400,000 ambassadors, which is amazing. The growth, let's see, 3 years ago, we had 250,000 Plexus ambassadors, which is outstanding. The company launched in 2009. It launched at Slim, and the growth has been outrageous ever since then. For a multi-level marketing company, okay, which is like Mary Kay, Avon, we've all heard of those. They are well-established companies. Well, Plexus has grown 16,000% in its first 3 years of business, which says a lot. A company doesn't grow 16,000% if they don't have products that work. Plexus was also featured in Success from Home magazine, so as one of the best businesses for you to start from home. It was featured in the USA Today that if you want a recession-proof job, then you need to think direct sales. Well, I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that Plexus Worldwide is the #1 health and wellness company in America, and we're on the ground floor, and we are natural, and we have a 60-day money-back guarantee. That's exciting. I don't know anybody that would not want to try these products, change their health, and start their business for $35. Who would object to that? Anybody? I don't think so. All right, so I'm going to open it up here. If you all have any questions, I would love to hear from you. And if you're